And good morning to everyone. 34 at Keyfield in Meridian, Mississippi as we start out this Saturday. I slept a little later this morning. I still got a few things to go through to check overnight happenings in Meridian. I hadn't gotten through all of that yet. So we'll report if anything is happening that is of interest as we start this. Good morning to Arena Bonner watching from Columbus. Hope you're doing well. Cold there, she says. Columbus, is that North Carolina? Wow. Morning from Carmichael, Angela Dunnigan. Also, let's see, none better. How are you today? Joe Stanford joins us along with Dorothea Harrison. Glad to see you there. Stephen Wanda McKinnon, Joyce Snowden Godwin. 14 degrees in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That's cold. That's cold. That's cold. 34 here, though, as we'll wait again for the 60s. And it's going to have another one of those little warming trends. And most likely we'll send more people to get more cold medicine. We'll put it that way. Oh, boy. This weather is something else, isn't it? So as we begin our day, we show that a Houston, this is headlines just across America that grabs your attention first thing in the morning. A Houston mother has been charged after she went to a stadium to be tested for COVID. Now, she's a school teacher. The only problem was she had her 13-year-old child locked in the trunk during this. She's been charged now, and let's see what the charge actually is that they put on her. Felony endangering of a child, because she had her child locked in the trunk because she thought he had COVID and she didn't want to catch it from him. That's not the way to do your child. She'll quickly learn that out as she goes to the court. They'll probably do more to her than somebody that burned buildings earlier in the year. Y'all remember that? Anyway, do you remember the singer Sinead O'Connor, if I'm pronouncing her name right? She was the lady that was shaved her head and sang. I couldn't name one of her songs that she ever done, but I just remember the names from maybe the 90s. Her 17-year-old son has committed suicide, and she blames the hospital for not having a closer watch on him as he was on suicide watch. Still sad, regardless of whatever become of that. Sinead O'Connor. That's just horrible for anybody to lose a child that way. We do pray for her and her family, regardless of that. Some of the claims that you read in the news, it makes you scratch your head of why come out with this now. But this is the headline this morning. Hugh Hefner's cocaine-ridden Playboy Mansion parties caused their neighbor's dog to be addicted to illegal substances. Honestly, that's the headline. So I would imagine they're trying to figure out how they can sue the estate of Hugh Hefner for their dog being addicted to drugs. That's just some of the headlines out there that I'm putting there. Anywho, that's the way it is this morning. How are you? I hope good today. Maybe you've had a cup of coffee. I've only had one. I've got to get my maximum amount in to get going today. LaWanda Grantham, how are you? Miss Kathleen Lynn watching us from Preston. Thank you. Karina Foster Jones, how are you? Nothing compares. Let's see. Beth Vick, good morning from Sicalina. Glad to see you there. Miss Gail Gafford, good morning. Morning. Also, love the shirt. Hail State. Love me some Mississippi State there. 29 in Huntsville, Alabama this morning, Linda Culpepper says. That is cold. Donna White joins us too, and Connie Johns. Thank y'all for being here. All right, let's look at what's going to be happening. Let's go to radar first. And look at tomorrow. 100% chance of rain, and we are at a level 1. The National Weather Service hadn't released those cute little boxes yet. But as we pull up my radar, we'll show you where this is. Let's show this right here. This is a level 1 for rain tomorrow. This goes from Beaumont, Texas, all the way to Pensacola up to Montgomery, Alabama. And let's zoom in on this. This will go north of Meridian, just into Noxubee County. And let's turn on these locations. I'm going to say that's near Sugarlock Lumber. Almost to the T, about a mile past Sugarlock Lumber Company. And we'll go due west just above the Dollar General in Noxapater. Won't quite make it to Louisville city limits, but that's the line back toward the Mississippi Delta as it rounds out through Louisiana. We will have some heavy rain tomorrow. Again, but it's a level 1 when it comes to the thunderstorm. It means it's going to rain a lot. So be prepared for that tomorrow. As we look at this, sunny today, but tomorrow we will have rain. And we'll get into all of that here in just a second as we splice the breakdown of the weather out for tomorrow. But be prepared. You got to have umbrella if you're headed off to church tomorrow, because it will be a day of and then gust on top of this rain. So it'll be a very gusty, rainy day tomorrow. As we look at today, while we're here, let's turn this off. This is out to our west today, where from Lake Charles to Beaumont, Houston, up to Little Rock, Arkansas, that they'll have some showers today. But that's not going to affect us at all today, so we'll turn that off. Here's what radar looks like right now. Is we've got a lot of fog out in the Houston area. Thunderstorms starting to pop up in between Austin and Houston, up in these areas here near Waco, as we move up to the northwest of Shreveport near Texarkana. Tyler, Texas has got a few showers, and also out by Dallas and the Plano area has a few showers. As we scan across Mississippi, all is clear. Not a thing showing up there. We move across Georgia. All looks good, and down to Florida. A little bit of a shower down there in Homestead, Florida. Some showers off the coast here that are building out from New Orleans, but won't do anything today. As we back out and just look at the nation as a wide, as we go up the East Coast, all is fair there. And, well, as usual, when we get up here in these parts of the northern part of the United States, snow and more snow as we see this. Let's just click and see what the temperature is up there. -5 degrees. Whoo, in North Dakota, as we come across, let's see here, 5 there, and is that Topeka, Montana? I hadn't heard of that one before. A -10 there, Chester, Montana. Let's just check out here. Idaho, 28 degrees. So it's cold up in those parts there, as we got a lot of fog as you come back down through the areas of California. That's a quick look at the nation of what's happening there this morning. As we look at Illinois and these areas here in Missouri, they do have a winter weather advisory out today, and also around Washington, D.C., those areas. But nothing near us. But winter is not over. Let me remind y'all that we're just into January. We've got February and March to go. Never know what Mother Nature could bring to us, and we'll stay on top of this and watch this. By far, we've had a warm winter so far. But again, I warn you, it's not over. Farmer's Almanac says it could be cold. We'll see if that comes true before it's all said and done this year. We'll watch it closely for you. All right, let's turn in. Let me hit a button here and get everything ready for the National Weather Service of what they've got to say today, and do the breakdown for you as we begin our Saturday. All right, let's do that now.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we come across, this is what it is today. Partly sunny. Not a bad day at all. We'll get 62 in Meridian through Clark County northward. Columbus Air Force Base, 57 today. Over across the Mississippi Delta, 62. Down through Vicksburg, almost a state high there, 68. Brookhaven will clock in at that, and as well as 68 Hattiesburg toward the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Now, the further west you go, you'll get some showers out in here, but we're partly sunny for the most part here today. Nothing bad about that. As we ease across that Bama state line, more sunshine and dry weather for them. 61 Demopolis. We'll also get about 61 in Livingston, Alabama. A little bit northward there, 56. And this looks good for the folks up in the Nashville area that, well, the interstates may break loose today where everybody can start driving again through Kentucky and most of Tennessee. As we look down there, Troy, Alabama, clocking at 62 also. This is the severe weather that Alabama has already put out here. This is the level 1 that we showed you just a few minutes ago on the radar, where it will include the Meridian area all the way up to Kemper County, right at about Sugarlock. Severe storms possible tomorrow. So start looking for these around 11 o'clock tomorrow, and this could run through about 8:30 tomorrow night is what we'll look at that. Damaging winds can be associated with this also. So, wet Sunday in store for us tomorrow. Be prepared for that. As we move forward, temperatures, it looks like we're headed back for more of that warmer weather. Are y'all ready for that? It's been a seesaw effect. As I mentioned, this does make people just absolutely catch colds. Makes you think you've got the old COVID. There's a lot of cases of it out there. Flu, COVID, it still makes you sick either way. Be careful what you do. Wash your hands. Be careful what you touch. That's how that old stuff spreads, or at least a cold does. I don't know everything I need to know about COVID. Do y'all? Changes so rapidly we can't keep up with it. Let's see. Good morning, Arlene, to you. Sure is beautiful sunshine. It is. I agree with you. Harvey Cleveland joins us also. Glad you're there. All right, let's look at our breakdown of our 7-day forecast of what we've got this morning. The National Weather Service tells us 62 to 63 today. We will have a very gusty wind, and that's going to stay with us all the way through Monday. 20 mile an hour today. Tonight, it will increase to 25 miles an hour. And as we see this, as I told you, 72 for high tomorrow, but 100% chance of rain tomorrow. It's going to be all the way through noon and then throughout the afternoon. We'll watch this closely there with gusts of 25 miles an hour. So it'll be a rainy day. Carry that umbrella. As we look to Monday, we're looking for a high of 53, low of 29 again. Now on Tuesday, almost a carbon copy of Monday, 53, 29 as we move through the week. And we'll get rain chances again through the end of the week there at Friday at a 40% chance of rain. But no big surprises there. Still really for January, that's warm. 50-50s and back warm again on Friday. As we look to the weekend there, Saturday the 15th, we're looking at 59. We will see a 40-degree mark on the 17th, but still mid-50s all the way through January 22nd. Nighttime lows are just averaging in the mid-30s there. Nothing shocking, nothing surprising, with a partly cloudy sky for most of those days. So we'll watch all of that as it gets closer to us as the month just keeps flying by. And it is flying by, isn't it? All right, let's talk about deer hunting. Is it good today or not? As we look to our chart, it says it's average today at best. We're going to have a southeast wind, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Again, gust of 20 miles an hour if you're going to be in the woods today. The major time happened from 6 until 8 this morning. The second major time is after dark. It'll be 6:30 to 8:30 tonight. So maybe at dark, you can catch one moving. That's a look at it there as we look at our best times to deer hunt today. Well, that's a quick look at weather, a glance at everything today. Right now, again, we're sitting at 34. And let's go back over to radar real quick and take a look at local temperatures that we've got scattered throughout the area here and see what we've got here. Let me go over here to current conditions and turn this on so we can see this. Here it is. As we look at the Meridian area, still, let's see here. All right, we're warming up. It's showing now instead of 34 that we got 40 in Meridian. As we look over to Jackson, 44. We've still got 32 degrees showing up at NAS Meridian. Starkville, 34. Also Columbus Air Force Base, 34. 37 in Tuscaloosa. And as we go right here and we move over to Demopolis, Alabama there, shows that we've got 37 degrees this morning. It's chilly, without a doubt, before we get into the 60s later on today. So warm up, have an extra cup of coffee, and then in an hour or so, it ought to be about worth going outside. If you're doing something that's not so bad, it's when you're standing out there with your hands in your pocket that it's so cold. Y'all know what I mean by that. Karen Hurd, Michael is spending the day in his deer stand. I hope he enjoys himself. Tell Michael I said hello. Hadn't talked to him in a long time. Let's see. May God continue to bless you. Truly enjoy watching you and keeping up with the weather. Thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot there. Bring on the rain. I'll be in a hammock on the front porch listening to the rain on the roof. Good morning, 37 in Philadelphia, Terry Ray says. Rick Joyner watching as well. Doug Thomas watching from Lake Edens. Lake Edens, such a beautiful place if you've never been out there. Let's see. LaWanda says, who knows? Everything you need to know, even the so-called experts. That's true. That's true. All about that. Marshall McGrew watching. Thank you. DeCuz, good morning. Glad you're there. So I want to say thank you for joining us this morning. That's a wrap of what we've got on weather so far today. Maybe your day will be blessed. We certainly hope so as we move into what today? January the 8th. Again, this was Elvis's birthday. Don't forget that. Maybe there's an Elvis movie on somewhere today. It should be. It used to be a popular thing on his birthday to play Elvis movies all day. I hope we hadn't reached a generation that won't get to see that. Let's hope not. King of rock and roll. Such an influence from Mississippi and all. Again, thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day as we head for that high in the 60s and sunshine. And we'll be here through all about the rain tomorrow to make sure that you're safe and you know what the storms are. And we'll break loose with any headlines that happen locally, nationally that affect us all. Thank you. I'll see you soon from Scotty Ray's Weather.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by